This is the Sports Wallet Podcast. Welcome back. I hope you guys ready to get some bread.
Let's get it.
Everybody ready to have a bag ready, man. So first, let me introduce myself. I'm TMB. I'm your host, Turtleneck Bets. Across from me, we got Triple P, Pocket Picks, and obviously the namesake of the show, the Sports Wallet. So
let's get it.
Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Lakers kid, man. What you guys thinking about this new Lakers kid?
AR-15. Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
I've always liked Austin Reeves. Even, you know, we got him kind of late. He was a late pick. He was undrafted. He played his whole 4 years in college, so, you know, not a lot expected.
What college he was in?
Corny white kid. I don't know.
You don't.
I want to say Indiana, but I'm not sure about that. It's like a red school.
He's pretty good though. He's saving my ass lately.
But I actually think it's somewhat of a blessing in disguise that LeBron went down, because he would not be handling the ball or doing nothing like this if LeBron was there.
Zero.
And even I watched, you know, they've been giving him some love on the post games and whatever, because he's been doing well. And he's just like,
is he Jeremy Lin?
No, he's thinking to himself, like, you know, he has confidence now, like.
But that's what happened with Jeremy Lin.
But he's just like, I'm not going to pick and roll and just give it to Davis anytime. I can make this mid-range. I can make the mid-range shot.
Taking it to the basket.
Bro, my man's and one game is official too. It's an and one every game.
Yeah.
You don't think it's Linsanity?
No, I think he's good, because he's a complete player. He makes the right pass. He take a charge. Even if his scoring come down when LeBron comes back, he does the little things.
Yeah, I wouldn't call LeBron going out a blessing in disguise, though.
No, for his
it's not a blessing at all.
No, give me Bron.
For his
come
development.
Back, please, Bron.
He wouldn't have had this swagger probably ever.
I need you to make the playoffs, Bron. Come back.
Tom Brady, you know? Drew Bledsoe going down. Yeah. Obviously, it's not that, but you know what I mean.
Nah, he's doing pretty good, man. He's definitely holding the Lakers down right now.
I think this time,
and you gotta like him too.
I think this time next year, we're not even talking about the kid.
Oof. Nah, you tweaking on that. Bro, he's about to get 4 for 50.
Remember I said it. We spoke about this before the show.
He's better than Caruso.
All right, this is going to be an excerpt. This is going to be an excerpt right here. This kid's not. We're not talking about this kid next year.
He's smoking crack.
Ohtani, we will be talking about next year.
Oh,
let's talk about my guy Ohtani, who is actually not my guy right now because he just did us dirty. Mike Trout.
Nasty.
There was actually a wrinkle to Ohtani that I did not know before researching for this episode. They haven't paid him nothing.
Yeah,
they've been
5 years for $12 million.
He's about to come up
this year, but then he's gonna be free agent.
No,
he's about to come up.
He's gonna get over, at least I would say, over $500 million.
It says it's gonna be record breaking.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
The crazy thing is too, obviously I knew he was like that offensively, and I knew he was a good pitcher. I know he had heat like that.
Yeah, he's a Cy Young kind of pitcher.
Bro, he blew that. Trout couldn't get the bat off his shoulder. Blew him away.
Yeah, no,
and it was on the corner.
That was only, I believe,
that was mid-game
the 24th time that Trout has swung at 3 pitches and missed in over 6,000 at-bats. Meaning he'll at least foul some shit off.
But you don't think that has nothing to do with him never seeing Ohtani ever?
You should see him. They're on the same team.
They teammates.
He's been warming up.
He's warming up. He's not throwing 90-something miles an hour in warm-up.
He was throwing gas. That moment meant more to Ohtani than probably
It's like when you play fighting and somebody gets serious.
Bro, that moment.
The thing about it, too, he didn't see none of those Japanese pitchers, but he was making contact against them.
I know
Ohtani.
That moment meant more to them than it was going to mean to us. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I thought it meant
that played a role. It meant a lot to us.
It was good for baseball in general, though.
Those Japanese players really, you know, Ohtani had a speech before the game and everything where he got on them because we admire the U.S. team. You know, we look up to them because they, you know, one of the best squads obviously in the world. Yeah, and they like, come on, we got to be able to surpass that.
It's not their style to show emotion and like they're real respectful, but he was pumped up though.
They also went undefeated. Hell yeah, he threw his hat and everything.
Yeah.
He was throwing 100 miles an hour gas down the middle. And Trout couldn't do nothing with it. And, you know, that's one of the best players in the major league right now. So
best players in the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was good to see.
We ran all the way to the end.
Yeah, the classic was a good event.
A success, 100%. I don't think you can say anything besides that. The World Baseball Classic for baseball.
Yeah, well, listen, it was good for everybody but the Mets and the Astros.
Yeah, injuries.
But the funniest thing I've seen, so that matchup, you know, was big, whatever, their teammates, whatever. And the team is cheeks. It's like, it was, you know, the meme with the 3 dragons, and it's like the 2 bad dragons and the 1 goofy one. It's like the U.S. team with Mike Trout, Japanese team with Ohtani, and it's like the team they play for together. And it's like the doofus one.
that's also changing the game. You know, that's also something the U.S. players gonna have to start looking into, where we never have a pitcher and a hitter. You know, a guy
That's
that
crazy,
can do
bro.
both. The Japanese
And not only do both.
When you're coming up, they bar you from doing one or the other usually.
And
you
it
know
was
what I mean?
actually the Japanese coach that made him
right.
become a pitcher and a
He
hitter.
said stay around
He
Japan.
said stay in Japan and do both instead of going to the major leagues and just
You'll be
doing
a
one.
phenom.
Yeah,
And that's what he is. Now he's about to get paid.
Well,
now he just got to stay healthy.
I think they
that
have
was
one-
also a forward-thinking coach. You know
Yeah.
how many coaches gonna tell you play defense and
That's true.
hit and also pitch?
That's true.
He probably had some type of a motive to get him to stay as well, though.
Obviously, yeah.
But I think one thing that's going to help the Angels as far as contract goes, he's going to want to stay in California because he wants to be as close to Japan as possible.
Yeah.
So unless the Dodgers come out wild,
I wouldn't let him go. I know that for sure.
maybe San Fran, but I don't think he'll leave the West Coast.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You know what? It's time.
Oh man.
Time, my guys.
I'm scared.
Oh man. He's scared. He says,
Ski mask bets, baby. I'm out here, bro.
"Let's go." He must have a.
Yo, y'all don't even know my day job, bro.
Dang.
You see me in my day job, they won't be very happy about
something
this.
crazy must be about
We're
to
going
happen.
to talk about the Friday picks
Let's get to it.
right now.
What you guys
Alright?
want?
I got the ski mask on because my pick's a little nutty.
Damn.
But
shit.
we ain't going to start with my pick. We're going to go with Triple P, man. Triple P, what you thinking, bro?
So for Friday, it's very contingent on if Embiid plays or not. As of right now, so I would say if you think he's going to play, now's the time to take Philly. They got 5 points and they're plus 170. Playing the Warriors. Warriors have been super up and down. They obviously play a lot better at home. But Philly, how they've been playing lately, they're only a half game back of the 2 seed and only 3 games back of the 1 seed. So I think that gives more motivation that if it's not an actual injury that, because right now he's questionable, if it's just something where he was going to rest normally, I think he plays now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
it's
think
a playoff run, so.
you know what I mean. So I don't think if he's good to go, I don't think they afford to have him give him a rest game. So if you're of that thinking, I would say that's a good bet to take Philly.
All right.
Contingent picks. Well,
Hey,
here
I mean,
we're going with some
I should have
actual
gave you the
picks.
ski mask.
Yeah, no. I got a couple. I'm sticking to college basketball. Obviously, March Madness has kicked some people's ass. Some people that made a little money. A lot of unders been coming out. You know, if you look, 70% of the games have been under so far. So a lot of bad shooting. But I got a couple teams that I said, were picks that you could pick to win the actual championship, which is Alabama and Texas. And, I don't see why I should deviate from them keeping going into the next round. So I'm taking Alabama money line and I'm taking Texas money line and I'm combining it into a 2-game parlay.
minus 1-3.
To give you some even money for them 2 big-time schools. I think that I'll get it done. I also, if you want to get a little greedy, I like Miami buying up the spread against Houston to 10.5. I think Miami's a gritty team. I think they can actually win the game. I wouldn't go as far as picking a money line though. But I like the points.
Also, too, if just kind of since the beginning of the bracket, Sports Wallet Picks has been Bama, so still riding with that wave. If you still want to take them just now to win, they're plus 340, and I've been Houston since the beginning, which are plus 360. So they're both still their odds haven't come like plummeting down.
Yeah.
And you're already in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
so
we caught them at plus 750. But I still think at plus 350 is still good value to get in there.
So I'm going to go with my nutty pick here. Tomorrow, I like the Jazz. I like the Jazz at home.
The accessory, the
Jazz at home have been great. And if they underdogs, they even better. So I really like the Jazz as my underdog pick. I also like the Pacers tomorrow as my underdog pick. They're another team that's real good on the underdog side. They're getting tons of points. Both of the teams getting tons of points. The Bucks are giving the Jazz like almost 10 points. Probably by the time you see this tomorrow, they're going to be at like 10.5 because everybody going to bet it up.
Depending if Markkanen and Clarkson plays or not.
No, but they're not playing. It's going to go up to 10.5.
But Utah got a lot to play for. That's for sure.
And they're home.
They only have
and at home, they're a different team. You could look at the spread. You could look at their record at home with the spread. It looks great. And the Pacers as underdogs.
Pacers again 12.
And the Pacers as underdogs always look good to me. So those are my 2 crazy ski mask picks. Now I can take my sweaty ass ski mask off.
2 big underdogs. You know what I mean?
But
plus the points.
Yeah, plus the points. Make sure you take the points.
Too.
Especially if you go with parlays, my rule of thumb is if you're doing a parlay and they're giving you points, you take the points. Oh, that's just a rule I like to follow. I never like to, if I'm picking 2, 3, 4 teams, take the points, man. You got so many ways that you could lose. A point here, a basket here, and then all of a sudden, a 4-teamer, you just lost an $800 G note, 15 G's, whatever you putting in there.
I know every one of you, they done lost a lot of bets by half a point, 1 point, one team, right? How many times, man?
Right, Walt?
And you'll be 4 out of 5, and you're like,
half point.
Yeah, and then if you really like a team, and the public is against what you betting on, because the public doesn't always know what's going on.
Nah, they've been getting killed this month.
Yeah, so wait till a little bit before the game. Maybe 3-4 hours before the game, 3 hours before the game, because they're going to keep betting that spread, those points up. I'm telling you, by the time this game gets going, I could see the Jazz getting 12 points, 11.5 points, and that's not easy to beat a team by that much points at home. So that's my 2 picks for this week. I know you guys already went into your March Madness predictions and you already told the odds, but let's stay in the NBA lane. Who's getting left out the playoffs? There's only so many chairs, musical chairs. Who don't got a seat? I
think it's a good segue since you just take the Jazz, because they need to win that game.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, the 6-12 and the West is separated by 2 games. All those teams either have 36 or 37 losses, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But the Jazz schedule down the stretch is brutal. So they got the Bucks, which is obviously the next game. And they got the Kings, the Suns, the Celtics, the Lakers twice, the Thunder, the Nuggets. The only bad team you could say they're going to play is the Spurs. And then the other game, which is like an okay team, is the Nets. So they only play 1 real bad team, and they play 7 good teams.
Yeah.
And then the second one, because obviously 2 can't make it, it's down to 12. Only top 10 are going to make it. I would say the Pelicans also have a tough schedule. Warriors, Nuggets, Clippers twice, Kings, Grizzlies, Knicks, Wolves. They're playing the Hornets today, which they were up by 5 before, so they need to win that game. The only bad team they play, and they're not even really that bad, is the Blazers, but the Blazers might tank, so I don't know.
We're looking for the teams to be out.
The Jazz and the Pelicans, I would say, are out.
I agree. I agree with those 2 teams. Right now they're 11th and 12th. And so I think they're not gonna make the play-in game. So that'll leave you with the Lakers, Dallas, Oklahoma, and Minnesota. Now, when we're talking about left out of the playoffs, so Lakers are still plus 120 to make the playoffs. Obviously, I would hope they could get into that 8th seed, so they could somehow only have to win one game. The
Mavericks team was a killer last week.
And they had a lot of brutal losses, but hopefully we get LeBron back for the last couple games of the season. And I do see them being able to win the play-in games, over Denver or some of these teams that's out there.
One thing I'll say about the play-in, I could see the Clippers falling into the play-in now that Paul George is out. They're up 2.5 games, so I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs altogether, but I think that's a brutal injury for them. So I can see them falling into maybe the 8th seed.
I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. I know I ain't put this on there for you guys to research, but who's winning the championship, man? Who winning the chip? Give me one team you think winning the chip. Yeah, Triple P.
You want to go first?
Oh, you got it, Sports Dub. You already got it on there.
If I had to go based on what's happening now and the health of the teams now, obviously earlier I had went with the Suns, who I still think have a great chance once Durant comes back. But based on health right now at the moment, I would say the Milwaukee Bucks is still, the team that I think has
plus
the fire.
275 right now.
Yeah, they got firepower with Middleton
plus 260
back.
on FanDuel.
Yeah, I would say right now, a lot of injuries in the West. They're beating up on each other because everyone's just trying to get in. Whoever comes out of that top half of the East is kind of like a juggernaut.
Yeah, and
whoever survives that, I think the East, that's going to be a resilient team. So, I like the Bucks as well. Who else? Bucks. The Celtics have shown a lot of kinks in the armor lately.
Yeah,
they've lost some not great games. I would say Bucks. Yeah. I like the Bucks.
Listen, I got 2, but if you're gonna give me one, I'm going with the Sixers. Sixers plus 950. I think Joel Embiid got something to prove. The last few episodes we've been talking about it. I'm telling
Harden, they need Harden. That's the problem.
I see the Sixers.
Embiid is great, but they need Harden.
I see them.
Can Harden play that Robin role? is what you're gonna come down with.
I think they figure it out. I think they figure it out, and I like the way they've been playing. They've been playing with some passion. Some teams they blowing out the gym.
No, they've been playing with passion for sure.
If they can figure it out.
Certain games where Harden look like he's on the Rockets, and then certain games where he looks like he's over the hill.
Sometimes he defers too much. Sometimes he's engaged. Sometimes he isn't.
Yeah,
I really like the Sixers, and I like the odds, man. It's plus 950.
You know what's one thing like that from one of our previous episodes topics, the MVP. So with this run, Embiid's actually taken over as the favorite now. Craziest thing is though, obviously I know Giannis has missed some games. Averaging 3 more rebounds than him and 1 more point and 3 more rebounds, and has the best record in the league.
Yeah.
So why is Embiid just zoomed past him?
Yeah. No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. But listen, right now I like the Sixers to win. If you gave me a second choice, go crazy nutty. I wouldn't mind seeing the Warriors if they could find a way to get out of this craziness. And they play great at home. And remember, they're already battle tested.
Definitely on the
film. Listen, that's why I went with the Sixers.
No, that's why you had the ski mask on. He's going with his ski mask bets. All those bets, they got some
plus
high 950. Odds. Yeah.
Golden State's plus 1,200. But let me do a quick recap, real quick. Triple P's going with you going with the Sixers, right?
For my pick on Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you going with the Sixers? Myself. Ski mask bets this week.
Underdogs.
I'm going with the Jazz and the places with the points. And then, of course, Sports Wallet.
College, baby. March Madness.
Yeah, what's your picks?
Alabama money line and Texas money line. Slam it.
Slam it.
Slam it.
And like I say every week, if you like it, throw the goddamn bag on it, all right?